Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. So today for Video Friday, I thought we would do something a little different. I'm going to call it Catalog Cased. And as I'm looking through the catalog, I am always looking at the stamp sets. I'm looking at the embellishments. I'm looking at the cardstocks, the designer series papers. But sometimes I say to myself, just look at the samples. And it doesn't have to be a stamp set that you already have or that you intend to purchase. It just could be a cute card that you can make your own using something you already have. Or maybe you do already have the set and you think, well, I just love that card. I'm gonna make it, or I'm gonna change up the colors. You know, that's not my color, but I like real red, so I'm gonna change it. So today I am going to make a card, and if you can find it in the catalog, it's not going to be too hard really, but if you can find it in the catalog, just post in the comments the page number, and hopefully you'll like it. It's really awesome if you would just like my video and maybe even share it, because then other people will be able to see it, and hopefully they love stamping as much as we do, right? I mean, who doesn't love stamping? So let's get started today, okay? So I'm going to use a stamp set that's been around a while, actually. It's, you may have it. It's called Winter Woods. And I love this stamp set. I actually have used 2 of the stamps in here a lot, and the rest of them, not so much. So here's the stamp set. Of course, I've used this tree a lot. I've even used these trees a lot. Today, I'm going to basically use the rest of the stamps. So let's get started. And then at the very end of the video, I have lots of cards to show you that I have copied, cased. You know what case stands for? Copy and share everything. And so that's what we do as stampers. We make things and then we hope somebody likes them enough to share them. So anyway, I've got lots of cards that I've made and I've cased out of the catalog. So I do that every year. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is a piece of old olive cardstock. And I'm going to use cut long ways. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. Fold this in half. So, you know, if you like to score your cards, you can certainly do that. Especially this way, sometimes it's easier to score them. Whoa. But no need. If you like to do it like I do it, just do it with your bone folder. Okay, so the first stamp I'm going to use is this one. It's like a birch, the birch trees. I'm going to use tone on tone, so I'm going to use old olive ink. So this would probably be something I could really have used my Stamparatus to do, but especially since it's not a clear stamp, it's actually, well, we're going to try it and hopefully I'll line it up okay. This is where you can use your grid paper, so it helps line things up for you. So I'm going to stamp. I actually like tone on tone a lot. Hey, that one was good. See if I can continue that luck. Ooh, tell ya. You'd think I was an experienced stamper the way I'm lining things up here. Ooh, I better not get too cocky. Things can go bad quickly. Start talking too much. Are you looking for it in the catalog? Can you find it? Okay, there's that part. All right, I'm done with that. Now I'm going to use Thinking of You This Season. And I'm going to need this color again. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to use Real Red. And I'm going to stamp on a piece of white cardstock. Thinking of You This Season. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Red, I don't need red again, so I'm going to close that up. Now I'm going to use a 2-inch circle punch. I didn't stamp this too high. Okay, so that. So that's a 2-inch circle punch. Love punches. They're so easy. And I'm afraid when I see so many dies that they're going to get rid of our punches. But so far, so good. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use is some Forever Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. I've talked about this before. Comes in those big 12 by 12 sheets. Punched them all out and put them in this little case. So I'm going to use this one. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I am going to just use that like this. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and attach this. So I'm going to, oh, look, I got an extra leaf with that. You don't want that. I'm going to attach this to my card. Right up here. Okay. Then I'm going to use some of our red ribbon, and this is double-stitched satin ribbon from the regular large catalog. And I'm going to loop it, so I'm going to actually put some adhesive on the back of this. And I'm going to loop it around. Let's see how this goes. I actually need like a triple loop. So I'm going to try this way, this way, this way. How cute that is. That's kind of a thing, something new that I really don't do very often. And look, there's no waste. How cute is that? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach that to our circle. Adorable. Now I do need to do a little more stamping. So on this white scrap, I'm going to stamp a few things. I'm going to stamp the little pine cone. I'm going to use soft suede. I'm going to stamp that on some crumb cake. I'm going to stamp 3 of these. There's going to be a little fussy cutting involved. And then I need some old olive. Again, I said I was going to use that again, so I'm going to stamp like 3 of these. An old olive. Ooh, that one didn't stamp very good. Here. So I'm going to stamp 4. And then I'm going to stamp a few of those in garden green. I'm just going to stamp this off a few times because that's a lighter color. I can go right, I don't have to clean the stamp. I can go right to the, so it's a little bit darker. Okay. And I think I'm done stamping now. Close all the pads. Just do some quick fussy cutting. So I'm thinking about doing something called mystery stamping. And I think this really sounds fun. So what we would do is I would give you all the dimensions, all the product and the dimensions of the card that I'm going to make a live YouTube. And you would actually cut your cardstock. So say I want to do a live on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock Central Time. And I would tell you, okay, you need a half a sheet of crumb cake. You need half a sheet of, or a quarter of a sheet of a designer series paper. You need an embellishment. You need, you know, some scraps, white scraps, and you need a piece of ribbon. And you would prepare that. So you would actually, oh, that's the bad one. Don't cut that out. You would actually prepare that ahead of time. Okay. And then when I have my live, you would get out your product and we would make a card together. Oh, and a stamp set. So I think I only need 2 of those. Any stamp set that you wanted. and I would actually make a card, and you would make a card with me using a certain technique. Of course, our cards aren't going to look the same because you have different product than I have, but how fun. It would be a mystery card, and it would be different than something we've done in the past. So I'm tossing it around. If you want to give me some feedback on that you'd be interested in that, it's called mystery stamping. And, you know, you would be able to attend live, but then you'd also be able to go into YouTube anytime and actually look at the video. And so if you couldn't attend live, you could actually, you know, do your thing later. Okay, so now I'm just going to attach these, and I think I'm just going to use glue dots. So let's see, maybe glue would be better. Oh, let's try glue dots. Okay, so I'm going to put a few glue dots on here. Put one on the back of here. Probably should have used my regular glue dots instead of these. These come with paper pumpkin, and I like them. They're very useful, but I probably should have just used my regular glue dots, but they're over there on the counter, not over here, so we're going to go with it. Okay, so we have 2 pine cones up here, and then we have another pine cone at the bottom. So do you do paper pumpkin? I love paper pumpkin. I have a friend who is going through some treatments, and I love to join her when I can and when they let me, because, you know, we have the COVID thing going on, so it's limited how often I can join her. But when I can, I like to join her, and we actually make cards together. And so this week our cards were paper pumpkin. So I took my paper pumpkin box from October, was Christmas cards, and I made all my paper pumpkin cards. It was so fun, and I think it helped her, kind of a distraction for her, and I felt like having that little paper pumpkin box to work on was so easy. I just grabbed my box, a few extra little things, and off I went and met her. So anyway, if you don't paper pumpkin and you're interested in doing that, just make a comment and say, I would love to paper pumpkin. I do a paper pumpkin day once a month with all my paper pumpkin people. That's a mouthful, my paper pumpkin people. And we get together. It's not a very large group right now because a lot of people aren't willing, really wanting to get together. Okay, so how cute is that? As I'm blah, blah, blahing. So now what I'm going to do is take some of these red rhinestones. If you don't have these red rhinestones, OMG, they are dark. They're so cute. And I'm just going to place these right here on these little, to make these berries pop. Back to my story. Paper pumpkin. So it's, do you know what it is? It's a monthly box that comes in your mail. It's a surprise. And we have no idea. People say to me, well, what's it going to be this month? And sometimes they'll tell us it's going to be cards, or it's going to be gift tags, or, something. And it comes in your mailbox, and it's so exciting to open. The cool thing about it, I think, is that you manage your own subscription. So you can go month to month, or you can go and pre-order, like pay for 3 months if you want. And then the thing is you can put on hold if you want. You don't have to take 3 months in a row. You can take 1 month and then take a month off if you want. So if you're on vacation or whatever, if you find out it's not going to be cards and you're a card maker, you can put on hold that month. And then, your subscription's still just hanging in there, just waiting for you to reactivate it. So that being said, I love Paper Pumpkin. And they give you so much product. You get a stamp set, you get tons of product, and it's well worth the $22. Okay, there's our card. How cute is that? Looks so much better in person than it did in the catalog, to be honest. I think most of our cards do look better when you see them in person. Okay, so let's start looking at some other cards that I've made. Okay, so this card was straight from the catalog. This was on page 47 of the catalog. Love this. Made this with some girlfriends. Love this card. The frame is so cute. This card is in the catalog, page 123. The idea is on different colored cardstock, but I changed it up. I put a different greeting there, but I used the whole idea that they had in there. So there's an idea. You can change it up, make it your own. And here's another one. I got this stamp set specifically to make these bricks. I know. This is on page 119 in the catalog. How cute is that? Okay, here's one, page 111. I actually sent this one to my pastor as October was Pastor Appreciation Month. So I put a little gift card in there and sent that to him. So I love that. That little sun is cut out and actually glued on. Isn't that cute? And then this is the one, here's another one. This one is on page 85. And I actually, again, changed up the color of the cardstock, the base. Actually, if you look, it actually in the catalog helps you color things in. So this bird, I actually looked at how they had theirs colored, and I, of course, changed up the colors, but I actually learned how to make color in the bird. So that was on page 85. Did I tell you what page this one was? 111? I don't think I did. And then this is the one I just made. And I love, love, love these stitch stars. This is on page 97. And I love these stitch stars. I'm like over the moon. So these little ones are actually punched out with the die. And then the Daffodil Delight is on the inside so you can see through. Can you see that? Okay, so there's my cards today. And I hope you enjoyed the video. It's kind of long because I showed you a lot of different cards. But if you want to make a comment, tell me what page you think the one I just made is on. And also give me a comment about anything. I'll respond. Thanks. Bye.